journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, so we're going to take a trip down memory lane today. This goes back to 1987. You'll see the Dow Jones topped at 2725 on August the 25th of 1987. That was what they think called harmonic convergence. We had 5 planets at 0 degrees, which were conjunction, and they were in the sign of Gemini. And then the market broke down into the solar eclipse that happened on the 26th of September, and then it rallied up into October the 2nd. And on October the 2nd, there was a Venus sextile Uranus. And how I got into this astrology stuff, folks, is when I went down to, I told the story before, but it means a lot to me, and it should mean a lot to you, and repetition is the mother of knowledge. So she sat down with me at that old kitchen table there in Sarasota, and she said, okay, how can I prove to you that this stuff is all related to Fibonacci? And I said, it's going to be tough. And she said, tell me, what is the most important days in the stock market? And so I gave her about 7 or 8 days, and she pointed them up, and there it was, one right after another. And I said, how can this happen? He said, well, do you believe in the calendar of 300? Is 90 degrees, because the 90 degrees is greater, and it's halfway through, a quarter through the cycle. We are setting today right at Venus squared Uranus, all right, today, all right. I don't know if it means anything or not, but it's today. And also, it is also coming in, we've got an equinox, which is a monster thing, and then we'll also have a partial solar eclipse, the strongest one in 100 years. We won't see another one like this for 100 years. So this maybe means something with the stock market. Whether it does or not, I don't know. I know that it repeats a lot. But if you'll notice, the stock market went from 2,700 to 1,700 in 13 trading days from the 2nd of October. And that was the best buying opportunity of the 1980s, folks, right there on October the 19th, okay? Actually, the low was made on the 20th, a slightly lower low, but we'll call it the 19th. And that was exactly 61% of the low from 1982, August 1982, which was also, guess what? A big Venus sextile, or it was one of the Venus aspects. I don't remember. So this is where we're setting right now, okay? That's why I'm bringing it to your attention, because I think it's important. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. So we'll take a look at some of these stocks that we're looking at here today. Now, here is the, I think we've already done the Russell, and we've already backed off here a little bit here now in the NASDAQ. You can see here we did go up and make a new high in the NASDAQ. We did not make a new high in the S&P. We did not make a new high in the Dow Jones. As you can see here, we're close, but no cigar. And there was the ABCD measured to 146740, and the high was 146722. So it missed it by 18 points so far, but we could easily close up here. Look where we are. We're only 150 points away. You can do that in a heartbeat. But it's completing some of these patterns, and whether it means anything or not, I don't know. But I've been waiting for this for quite some time, and we're going to find out if this was good. I will tell you a sequel to that. when we were looking at these, the only way she could prove it to me was to get all of these aspects. And we went to Neil Michelson down at Astro Computing in San Diego, who had been one of our customers at Drexel for many years, and Twentyman and I had made him a lot of money in soybeans. So he said, God, whatever you guys want, he said, I'll be happy to do it for you. And so he gave us 198, as I recall, 198 points to look at. Over 100, God, I forget how many years. I wish JT was here. He would remember. He got a memory like an elephant, 2 elephants. And anyway, it was unbelievable, the statistics. It was like 87% of the time, those aspects marked an important low or high. Some of them were not as big as others, but others were pretty big. I shared those statistics with Frank Tauscher at the Super Traders Almanac out there in Tulsa. And he said, Larry, he said, he said, I've never seen anything like this. I said, well, that's all I know is our numbers are related to cycles. And so he said, well, I'm going to do some more research on it. And he did, and he put some of the stuff in the Super Traders Almanac that worked really good. And so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when you have the patterns and the ratios and everything, then that's it. But I can tell you something with a great deal of confidence and fear, that what's coming in the stock market, folks, people are not going to believe, okay? I might not even believe. We might be 200 points higher before the end of the day. This is really bad when we have $1 trillion of margin debt. Are you kidding me? Whew. Wow. If a person isn't cautious just because of that, they should throw their pencil away and go work at McDonald's or something. That's the way I would look at this if I were doing it. Okay, so that's what we're watching here today. Norm Winsky will be our guest today. He'll be talking about things like this. He does a lot of astrology stuff, but there's a lot of things happening, and these big things, you know, they're in the Bible and stuff, these eclipses and stuff, and these equinoxes, and they're everywhere. I mean, if you ever watch any of the, you know, the History Channel or the Ancient Aliens, it shows you all these geographic things and how they're related to the astrology stuff. It's amazing. If you ever went to Chichen Itza down in Mexico, just south of Cancun and Tulum, there's a beautiful thing called Chichen Itza. It's a big pyramid, the same size as pretty much the one in Europe. They have them in Europe, but not the ones in Egypt. But anyway, it's an incredible one because it's in the middle of the jungle. And on this day, or tomorrow, when the equinox comes on the 21st, okay, as the sun hits the top of that pyramid exactly at noon, and the shadows start to move, these little 45-degree angles. You can go online and look at it. Just type in Chichen Itza autumn equinox, and it'll show you the picture as how the shadows move down. It looks like a snake moving down the pyramid into the jungle every single year. Now, and sometimes there's times where, you know, it's overcast and it doesn't work. But if you're down there and it's sunny, can't miss it. It's really an exciting thing to do. When I was there, this was in 80. Where did I go? I think what, 88? Yeah, 88 I went down, and there were 250,000 people there to watch this, folks. It was really quite amazing. All right, let's move over here and talk about this bond market, because this is the one that's in trouble, folks. This bond market is in big trouble. This is the bonds. This is that big ABCD. And look at this. The notes are even in bigger trouble. Let's show you. Rates are going higher, folks. They're not going lower. The market's telling you that. People are not believing it. So believe it. This is the way it's, well, what do I know? What the hell? We'll be right back. Hang on here just a second.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Okay, folks, we're going to continue our trip down memory lane, and we're going to go back to 2020. And that's when we had the situation where they were telling us about negative interest rates were here to stay. If you remember, they say, well, we're going to let you, we're going to hold your bonds for you. We're going to charge you for holding the bonds. We can't guarantee you that you're going to get anything back, and we can't guarantee you that you're going to make anything, but you're going to have to pay us interest for us holding these bonds. Believe it or not, people believe that stuff. I mean, to this day, it's got to be the greatest scam other than the Ponzi schemes that are out there. I mean, that's actually what was happening, and people believed it. Well, bonds went from 190 down to 105, and they're still going down. Remember, we're using bonds now that they just got to, what, $27 billion, whatever it is, 37 trillion out there. That doesn't mean anything. What means anything is how these things go up and down and what they're trying to tell you on this. I mean, they just dropped interest rates a 0.25% with the promise of 2 more, and yet the bonds have dropped 2 full basis points, and so have the notes. That's telling you interest rates are going higher. They're not going lower. The market is doing the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do. Nobody says anything about that. But if you're looking at something, you say, why in the hell can that be happening? But that's what's happening. All right, let's just look at that, and we'll see what's going on. All right, that's what I'm looking at. You see what's happening here with the bonds? This is a fraction, folks. A fraction of what's going to happen to the stock market. A fraction. I really mean this. This is a fraction. Okay, because we're going to get hit here with, just a minute, let me move my soapbox so I don't fall off of it and I won't talk about it anymore. It's better to keep your mouth shut than to open your mouth and remain yourself a fool or something, whatever that quote is. I don't know. We'll do one thing at a time. But anyway, this is the NASDAQ. We made that a little bit higher high. Now let's take a look here at a trade that we were looking at today. And we're right at the moment of truth again. There was a number right here. I showed this at 135 this morning. Now, I was smart enough that I bought it here a little bit early, and I said, it's still going to go down. So I took a small loss, and then I Didn't even rebuy it at this level. I was angry at myself for not waiting for 62.47. The low was 62.27, and we're still below that at 62.39. This is a 135 pattern. There's no question about it. The question is it going to hold this? Now, it held it for a little bit and then didn't go anywhere. So this is the $64 question. Of course, it's a Friday, and anything can happen, and it usually does. But if you're not in this, make sure that if you're below this level, 62.10, that you want to get out of it, because if that thing fails, it's got a long way to go to the downside. That's what it looks like from the cheap seats here. Okay, now we have another new trade on today. It is not working right now, but it's been working for the last 3 trades, and that is our wheat trade. We ended up buying it today at 22. It's now trading at 20.5. There was the number. We were buying it at 22, and our stop is at 18. Remember, folks, we bought it here at 20, okay? We sold it here at 36. We picked up 16 cents there, and then we made some on the downside, and here's where we are right now. We had this little tiny rally, but the buy price was at 22. There was nothing wrong with that. The thing is, the market didn't realize that, and it's going lower. This could mean you have a losing trade. We already have a losing trade. We know that because we bought it at 22, and it's a penny under that. That's only $75, but at $75 out of your pocket. That's why your stop is going to be 18. You're only going to risk $200 because you've made a lot of money on this thing. And so you don't want to give much of it back if you have to, okay? That's one that we were watching very closely. Now, remember, we had a really big trade in soybean oil this week. And let's just get up and see, because it's given a whole lot of it back. You're going to be able to see it. Oh, did it give it back? Look at this, folks. This was really, this has been a big, big drop here. Wow. Okay, now we bought this here at 50.19, and we sold it right here, folks, at 53.20. That was a 6-handle win, which was $1,800. You can see we had one buy in here that also worked. It made another ABCD to the upside, and we'll just draw that in so you'll be able to see it. I think it's off of this one right here. I have to double check here. Yeah, that looks like it's it. Yeah, there it is, right about there. So that was the move here. And then since that time, there's been no 382s, just straight down 53. Boy, giving back all of it. Oh, my goodness, this is back where we originally bought it. So that tells us that wheat may not be any good. Maybe these things are going to break down. But whether we still have inflation or not, I don't know whether that's the case or not, but we'll do one thing at a time. So that's the soybean oil that we're looking at, and the wheat, and we've covered that. We're not in soybean oil. We took our profits. I didn't go short up in here. Thought about it, but nope, I didn't. And I didn't buy it back on the pullback of 382 either, because I was looking at the wheat instead. I had thought about it, but the fact that this was such a big move, I thought it might come down a little bit more, and it did. I don't even think it came close to stopping at a 382. Let's just take a look. 382 would have been, look how it went through it. See, when it goes through it like this, it's history. You don't have to risk very much once it breaks through that. That tells you that that's what could be happening in the Russell today, because if it breaks through, that's going to be a really interesting sign. Now, we're not doing that in the Dow Jones, and we're not doing it in the Dow or the NASDAQ or the S&P. It's only the Russell that has been under attack so far today, and that's really, see, there it is right there. It still hasn't taken out the 382 of this big move down. That's a big move, folks. 36 points in the Russell. And if you look at this on the long-term daily, you can see we shattered a whole bunch of records up in here. Looking at the weekly on this, I think we made a higher high from, we made a higher high from back on 2021. See that? There's a higher high here, a higher high here, and a higher high here. So very interesting. Wow, wouldn't that be interesting if that was a big ABCD there? Well, it could be, but it doesn't quite match up. Let's just try it for kicks and giggles here. Now it's got to go higher. I can see that right now. There's your AB leg. There's your CD leg right there, and that would come in at 25.22. We got to 24.99. We took out all those highs, and now we're 36 points under that. Acting bearish, and the reason why is, you'll see it today. There's your big move down, and we have not made a 382 retracement as of yet. even though the NASDAQ has made new highs. And those are the main. Another one that keeps a gift that keeps on giving. There's the euro. You can see here, this was the big number we were watching here on the daily. And remember, we did that with the dollar index and everything. That was your number right up here. Then the market turned down. And when it turned down, it gave you several different chances. There was your first 382 was right here. Had another one right here. And we're still moving down. And it looks like that's it. The reasoning for that is that the dollar index held that big ABCD that we had talked about on the daily basis down at 96. It went below it by just a hair. You see that 95.80? And you can see the real strong rally that we're having now in the dollar index, which is surprising because the dollar index being strong should mean gold is weak, and gold is not acting weak. It's had a nice little ABCD correction today, and if I can cover that now, I don't know if I can or not, but it gave a good chance. I'll cover it while we're waiting for Mr.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out, like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I believe we have Norm Winsky of Astro Trends in the house. Norm, welcome today.
Thank you. Hold on, I got to turn the volume down. How about that?
Okay.
Say something now.
What would you like for me to say?
You there? Hello?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, I went too far. Say something now.
I'll say something now.
Oh, we got it now. Okay. You can hear me okay, Larry?
10-4. Go right ahead.
When you first came on, I had the volume way up and blasted my ears, and then I kept hitting the button. I went too far the other way.
I've done that many times in my life. Let's go, buddy. What you got?
All right. Well, thanks for having me on, Larry. First, I have to ask you about your unusual ambiance there. You look like dark lighting, and you're all dressed in black. Is this your Halloween show, Larry?
No, sir. I'm on a yacht on the Pacific Ocean that's being worked on, and I'm staying in it for a couple weeks, helping a friend make sure that it's not being robbed all the time. He knows that I'm a master of karate and carry a heavy artillery wherever I go. And if you believe any of that, Norm, I have 2 shares of the Brooklyn Bridge waiting for you. Let's talk about the markets. These folks want to know what to do next. Me too.
Okay, Larry. So I was scheduled to be on your show on the 5th of September. And as you know, Larry, I had a medical emergency a few days ahead of that. I ended up in the hospital for 6 days. So I was not able to appear. I was not able to appear on your show. But I did go ahead and prepare the notes that I would have done had I been on your show, and that's what we're going to quickly review here now. And if anybody would like those notes, just send me an email. In the subject line, put September 5 notes, request September 5 notes, and I'll send you those those notes. And in those notes, I review when I was last on your show on August 21, and you get to see how that all came out too. I think I did about 78% winning signals there. All right, so I was eager to be on your show on the weekend of the 5th because we had 2 big events that weekend, and one was anytime the planets turn direct or retrograde. My rule is when the planets change trend, the markets change trend. And by the way, if you'd like any help with any of these technical terms, contact me. I'll give you a free class, okay? So anyway, Uranus was turning retrograde. The only market that really relates to, other than the stock market relates to all these events. In addition to the stock market, though, the market that's most connected to the planet Uranus, which was turning retrograde, is copper. We'll see that in a minute. And then we also had that weekend a total lunar eclipse, rather rare. We have about 2 lunar eclipses per year, but we usually don't have a total lunar eclipse when the moon is totally blacked out, from the shadow of the Earth and so forth. So anyway, we'll be like that's just a split, but it's just all that is a special kind of full moon. Right? And anytime we have a full moon, new moon, we round up the usual suspects, which are financials, grains, precious metals, oil, and silver. And we're going to emphasize, because the total lunar eclipse was in the sign of Pisces, that's oil. So we want to emphasize oil, and hopefully we'll have a good signal from that from the eclipse for oil. All right, we had, as you can see here, it's real simple this time because we only had 2 events, 1 window that weekend. Okay. So we have a pullback low there for corn. You had a chance to make a small profit in corn. Same thing with the beans. You had a little pullback low there. Had a chance to make about 12 cents or so in the beans, about $800. Wheat, here's the deal, all of this. You got to have the right market conditions. We want the market to be moving up or moving down. It's Newton's law. For every action, there's an opposite equal reaction. And if it's still going sideways, we do nothing. And that's a yellow box. Yellow box means it's a pass. We did nothing. Here's a pretty nice, this is probably the best opportunity I'm going to show you. Copper was moving down, down, down. If I can find my cursor there we go. Moving down, down, down. And it made a perfect low there on the copper. And then it moved up about 20 cents. And 20 cents of copper is a pretty good chunk of money. That's about $5,000 in over about a week's time. All right, so here we have the silver moving sideways, so we do nothing. We have quite a few sideways markets during this period. It was disappointing because you would think with the total lunar eclipse and the Uranus thing that you'd get some bigger action, but as it turned out, that's not what happened. So the gold was kind of chopping sideways there, right around that window. So we do nothing there. But look at the oil. I told you the eclipse was in Pisces, and Pisces is oil. And look at that there, beautiful low there, just off of that bottom there. And then you moved up, I think about $2 or $3. That's every handle there in oil, of course, is $1,000. Here's the S&P, also chopping sideways, and so when we did nothing. T-bonds, we had to miss the moon there with the T-bonds, and so we had the one miss, and then you had a little pop-up high there in the dollar for a short-term high on the dollar. And that's our whole review for the individual markets for the weekend of the 5th. Now, in the notes for the 5th, I included this, so I thought that it'd save you the bother of contacting me if you like, or you can get the whole enchilada if you like. But this, I got to give you the score for those markets I just showed you. We had only had a few markets, 6 markets, 5 winners, 1 miss out of 6 for 83.33%. Okay, I got a little thing I do off the record, sort of educational, and this is my version of the Bradley model, where I forecast a month in advance the whole S&P, and then I overlay the actual results on top. This is for August, and as you can see, it worked out pretty well. You see that? And then coming up next, we have my fractal model, which I do every February, based on the January price action, and this is updated as of about the 1st of September, and the blue bars were the forecast that I published back in February. You see, there's the blue bar. And then as we go along through the year, I overlay the S&P 500 index on top of that. And you see, that's working out well. And what it doesn't show there is that this coming week is indicated. I have this model all the way through the end of the year. Says that this coming week could be a big turning point, as Larry, I think, was talking about earlier in the show, a big turning point. We're due for a big turning point. And wait till you see what's coming up this weekend. It all kind of lines up together. Now, I got to give you a caveat on that, a little warning on that. You got to have the right market conditions. There's an analogy going on now. I live in Florida. I have to track the hurricanes, and we have some conditions for the hurricanes. Oh, there we go.
Got to take a break. We'll be back, folks, with Norm Winsky. Please stay tuned.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
We're back, folks, with Norm Winsky of Astro Trends. Please continue, Norm.
Thank you, Larry. I was just giving them some background information when we went to commercial that what increases or decreases your odds of this stuff working. My astrological stuff, on average, works about 75% of the time. I know it's shocking. It doesn't work all the time. And one of the things you can predetermine the odds of it working or not working are market conditions. I was drawing an analogy. I live in Florida, and we're in the hurricane season. Now you have to live, if you live here during hurricane season, you want to track what's going on with the hurricanes. We have record high heat in the ocean, which is the fuel for hurricanes. However, because of the current wind currents, the way they've been blowing, they're chopping up the hurricanes before they actually get started, and that's like market conditions. We may have a big pileup of planetary stuff. We might have a solar eclipse. We might have a whole bunch of stuff. But if the market's not moving up or moving down and just chopping sideways, you're probably not going to get a very good signal or any signal at all. So that's what I just wanted to give you, that background information. I was earlier talking about this fractal thing, and this says that we're due for some big turn coming up this week, and wait till you see what's coming up here this weekend, why I asked Larry to be on the show. Now here's what's coming up this weekend, the weekend of the 19th. AC is after the close, so over the weekend, and for the next couple days after that, Monday, Tuesday, we got some huge stuff. Huge is enormous stuff. Whatever word is bigger than huge, you know? So this weekend...
I don't know a bigger word than that.
I
thought of one, Norm. Immense.
I actually Googled it, Larry. Asked Google, what's bigger than huge? And it said, like, enormous or humongous or whatever.
Oh,
you know?
That's what I'm going to say, enormous. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, we have Mercury apogee. That's just the beginning. Anytime you got Mercury cycles, you want to be looking at the grains, corn, soybeans, wheat. We got Saturn perigee. That's coffee. Okay? Coffee just had a huge reversal a couple of days ago where it reversed 30 cents. That's how much money is that, Larry? Like 10 grand or something like that, I think. Wow.
Yep, sure is.
And then we have, of course, you mentioned the solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo, which is soybeans specifically. But we're going to we round up the usual suspects for financials, grains, precious metals, oil, and of course I'm emphasizing soybeans for the solar eclipse. And then we have Pluto to the U.S. chart. That's what based on where the planets were when the U.S. founded on July the 4th, 1776. So anytime we have the U.S. chart, we're looking at stock, T-bonds, and U.S. dollar. And then we have, if that's not enough, Larry, then we have geocentric, that's from the point of view of the Earth. Mars changing signs, going to Scorpio for cocoa, hogs, and T-bonds. And then, and then the afternoon of the 22nd, that's Monday afternoon, Neptune will be perigee. Neptune, as I mentioned earlier, Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, which is oil. And then we have the night of the Monday night, Jupiter lining up with the U.S. chart for stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And we also have, then Tuesday morning, we have Mars at 0 south latitude. When the planets get to 0 latitude, that's a big deal. That's high energy change in trend point. So we got 8 points coming up here between now and Tuesday. It's huge. And so, but we need the right market conditions. So we want to see those markets that are moving up or moving down, not sideways. And if we get some of those, I saw the stock market a little while ago, it was moving up a little bit now. I was frustrated earlier, kind of going sideways. If we can get a nice update, that would be the best situation, because obviously we've been moving up here over the past couple of weeks, and we get the market more overbought. It is even better for, I think you're kind of looking for a top here, right, Larry? Is that right?
Yeah, looking for a one-day pullback.
Okay. So anyway, if we get a nice move up, we can have a pretty big top, pretty big reversal on Monday, right? All right, so here's the deal on me. I've been doing this about 50 years now. I made enough money while I was in college there at good old Indiana State in Larry's hometown of Terre Haute, Indiana, to end up buying a membership on the Chicago Board Options Exchange. And right after graduation in May of 75, I moved to Chicago, and I was a member and market maker there on the floor. And the CBOE was formed by the Board of Trade members, so I got to meet some of the greatest traders in the world and so forth. And I did that for 12 years. And I was always studying everything I could get my hands on. So I studied everything. I studied GAN, Elliott Wave, physics, astrology, music, all that stuff. I was trading on astrology, and I made enough money to buy the membership there in 75. Okay, now here's what you can get for free. The first 5 people who contact me by the 24th of the month, that's a Wednesday, can get a free 101 class from a 50-year market veteran. Gee, I wonder who that would be. Oh, I think it's me. Okay, there you go. And learn about advanced trading methods in a few minutes. One of my strengths is I'm not all that smart, but I like to reduce everything to simple. So I am pretty good at that. Boil things down to their essence. And so I keep it real simple. How simple is simple? Nothing I do is over 5th grade level, or I couldn't do it. Einstein said that simplicity is genius. Learn how you can get the fractal forecast. I showed you a sample there on the S&P for 28 markets for free. Learn how you can beat AI. That's the big buzzword out there now, AI. I think what I got is better. That's artificial intelligence. What I'm doing is Mother Nature, natural intelligence. Nobody is smarter than Mother Nature, okay? So we can beat the Wall Street bot traders and their AI with their multi-billion-dollar computers, okay? And we'll keep it real simple. So email me. Please include your name, location, and where you found this offer. My contact information is on the next page. And there we go. And here I'm in beautiful Naples, Florida. You can call me if you're in the good old USA. I don't want to cost you any money. So you can call me at 239-594-3939, 239-594-3939, or you can email me at nwinski@yahoo.com, or call me on, let me know you want to call me on Teams, and we'll have a chat on Teams with the same handle, nwinski@yahoo.com. Larry, anybody in the den there, Tiger's Den, got questions or comments?
No, you covered it very succinctly, I think, which means quite good. And I would like to mention, I'm glad you're feeling better. So take care of yourself during this hurricane season, because I don't want you to get out there in one of your yachts and get into trouble.
Right, I don't want to end up getting blown into blowing and landing at your house, you know.
Okay, Norm, thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll have you on again soon, okay? If you see something great, you need to talk to us, let us know.
Have a great weekend.
Oh, one other thing, Norm, if none of this works, we won't have you on again, okay?
Say that again, please.
No, it's just teasing you. Shana Tova. We'll talk to you later, brother.
Okay, thank you.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is gold. We're already above the 618 to the high that we made back here at 37.44. Came all the way down to $85. It's 36.60. Over the last 2 days, you can see we had this nice little cycle come in. There's your ABCD pattern right here. There's your 1, 3, 5 pattern lined up. And now you can see we're already above the level of 618. If we succeeded, let's just move these out of the way so we can see the new targets that come in. Let's just get these out of the way because we got another large one right here. There's your AB leg right here. There's your CD leg coming in. Whoa, what's happening here? Shut the front door and raise the rent. That's what I like to see. Another little computer baloney stuff. That's wrong. We got to get that out of the way. and you'll see this is where we're looking because we're above the slight of $1 above the 618, which really doesn't mean much. It's early in the day, and there's where it should have gone to is as 11.90, and we've been as high as 13 right now. So looks like it's higher. We had a little tiny move here, but that's not even a 382. So right now, this is completed move. The question is it going to close here or here or here? Right now, it does not look bearish. It was looking bearish all through here, but after this, when you had higher bottoms in here, okay, and you had the ABCD right there, that told you, whoa, she's not going down. So you got to look at it for going up. We think the highs are up here in around 37.50 or so in the gold, but it could easily go $100, $200, $300 higher. Who knows with the craziness that we have out in the world right now. Remember, we're living under the Chinese curse. Remember, may you live in interesting times, but they are all interesting and they have great opportunity. And in Chinese literature, risk and opportunity are written exactly the same way. It depends on the meaning of the structures of the sentences. So remember, risk equals opportunity, and that's what we live by. Trade what you see, not what you think. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and we'll see you on Monday. Amen.